saying something false, someone can provide a link and put in a community note under that tweet.
That's awesome.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah,
We'll see how
I
much
think so. It's a
longer
very
the
good thing.
community notes last with Elon Musk driving the Tesla.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Hey! Yo, welcome back. It's that time of the month.
Hello,
Hi!
everybody.
Hi! Oh! We're back. It's Halloween. It's spooky month. I hope you guys are excited because I brought some really scary takes.
Scary from my brain.
I'm here for misery. Nothing but misery. Puck is also joining us. Boop. We have a comfort dog. And we also are live on both Twitch and YouTube right now because Twitch loosened their rules. So you're gonna see Twitch chat on screen and YouTube chat will be available in the replay. So that way you kind of get the best of both worlds. At least that's the goal.
Wow.
That's what we're going for. So, would you guys like to introduce yourselves? We got Abby and Manya here. Abby, you wanna go first? Who are you? What are you doing here?
Sure. It's so terrifying. I'll go first. Hi, I'm Abby. Ooh. You can find me on the internet at wittyxwitch. I do cosplay. I do not do scary cosplay because I am a little chicken. That's me.
Yay!
Nah, you look beautiful.
I like the black.
Yeah, like I love black lipstick. I love wearing black. Like the thing I love about Halloween is like all the goths get to feel like at one with the vibes, right? Like this is their time. But I'm so looking forward to going out to bars and not having a scary movie playing on the screen that I'm like, these fries are really good.
Oh. It's Halloween. My mom took all my Halloween gear.
Why?
She needed to dress up as Morticia Addams, so she took like it was mostly just one of my things. So that was like my most Halloween-y thing.
We need pictures then.
Yeah.
Join Chesh's Discord server. Okay.
Hey, Mrs. Sears, good to see you.
Hey. Hi, Mr. Sears. How you doing, man? Hi, April.
Monty, introduce yourself. Who are you?
I'm a person existing in New Zealand. People tell me that country doesn't exist or that island doesn't exist, so I don't know where I'm at. Okay, in the middle of ocean somewhere, nowhere. Yeah, so and you can find me on Chesh's channel most of the times where we cover volcanoes, we cover world news, which include a variety of topics, and then I do that time of the month. And plus I do Dump Pick Friday. So I have still no idea how I juggle all that. And I'm studying at the same time and working at the same time. So yeah, life's full. Welcome. Yeah, so that's me, in short. Yeah, and you can see me raging around a lot. Enjoy that.
Raging around.
That's for your entertainment. That's for your entertainment. Everybody's entertainment.
Oh, good. Oh, lovely.
So, I come bearing picture.
Oh, let's see if I can make you large.
Sorry, the ring light's like reflecting. Let me just.
Ooh.
That's romantic.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we did we recreated the sword photo from the original Addams Family.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh my goodness, that's so cute. It's cute.
That was my costume last year.
It looks lethal and cute at the same time. I didn't know that a scene could do that. Okay.
He was
Are you guys ready for the spookiness?
No.
Hey, all right. So we got a cute Bulbasaur here. I love.
I'm ready for Bulbasaur.
Well, too bad. Men are considered creeps not due to their actions, but due to the thoughts of women. Oh yeah. I've been sharing some of these, but not all of them. Are you ready?
Noah!
Typically, men are blamed for being creeps. There are advices to learn how to talk politely, respecting boundaries, etc. But in the end, it seems to be no safe way to do it. Men still can be considered creeps because women feel so. Recently, I've seen such a text from a woman complaining about creepy man, and she got total support from other women. Why don't some men get that they're being creepy? The other night, I got out of my second job at dusk. I had to stand between two large parked cars while waiting for an opportunity to cross the street. Then I heard from behind me, excuse me, ma'am. I turned around to see a man probably in his 20s with slick back hair. I said, no, I'm married. And thankfully he just said, okay, have a nice day, and walked away. I'm just wondering what he expected. Why did he think that approaching a woman he had to have seen for a maximum of 10 seconds before approaching her would make her feel anything except fear? Yes, he was polite and kept a small distance, but I was standing between a truck and an SUV with my only escape from him being stepping into traffic. All I can think is that he can't understand why he's rejected when approaching total strangers because he's being nice, and he might have had innocent intentions, but I have no way of knowing that. Also, I am actually married. Sorry if this is a bit rambly, it's just been bothering me for the past few days. I know every woman has a story like this, but I just don't understand why men don't understand that they're being creepy. How can man be blamed for being creepy if it doesn't depend on their actions but on the thoughts of women?
Like I said when you shared this in the group chat, like, it is automatically creepy because she has no way to escape.
Right.
Yes.
Like,
one and
that's the
total
thing.
stranger.
And two, like, the other thing that just is the fact that she's like, I'm married, and he says, okay, have a nice night, and is chill about that. Great, that's awesome. Don't approach women with any intention like that at all at dusk when they're alone. If you are approaching a woman at dusk when they're alone, you better have a damn good reason, like asking for fucking directions.
It's one of those things where it's one of those things where it's like there's spatial awareness, and this dude don't have it. It's like I get that you can all behave the right way, but if you behave the right way in the wrong situation, it's no longer the right way anymore.
Yeah, there's time and place.
Right.
And I just, it's one of my biggest pet peeves is when I get approached by somebody and they're like, can I ask you a question? And I'm like,
you already asked one?
What kind of question?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, just ask me the question.
I also don't know how often women actually appreciate strangers approaching them and asking them for a date rather than somebody that they talked to a couple of times.
Yeah.
Well, when someone's trying to rescue you from another creep, I guess. Pretending to be your like girlfriend or boyfriend or your sister or your brother, hey, I was looking for you. In that case I'll be fine, but that's like a pretense thing, isn't it? So,
right, like
that's a lot of context. Yeah,
a lot of context. Yeah,
like,
but yeah, Abby, you raised a very good point around like the creepiness just started from the fact that he like all her means of exit were like blocked.
Yeah.
So, and for guys, I don't know, like guys also get jumped on, they also get robbed and shit. I don't know why they don't understand why doing that, blocking someone's way, will make them feel uncomfortable.
Right.
It's like school, high school stuff, where when bullies used to like block your way, wouldn't let you go anywhere, block your egress, and you would feel uncomfortable and you would say, leave me alone, because that means they're looking for some sort of confrontation. So basic rule. So yeah, you're very right. The creepiness just started right from that, point, and yeah, you don't know what the intentions of that guy was. She was right in that also. We can't go by default that everyone is going to be nice. We can't, as women, we can't afford that. We cannot.
There's a big issue too with it's just a matter of perspective. Women are taught to be fearful. Men are taught that they can pretty much overpower anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a general sentiment of the populace. But on top of that, you also have this other thing where sometimes you didn't do anything and you're just labeled a creep because some women agree with that, and that might just be something you have to get over. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you didn't do anything wrong, and that's just
like
the way it came off.
There are people on the internet who call me a troll and say that I'm cruel and stuff, you know? And then, and I'm like, I can't convince you otherwise. I don't want to convince you otherwise because you have a right to your opinion. Like, there's no point of doing that. So yeah, just get over it, man. Just get over it. And
sorry.
If you really want to learn from it, if you really are interested, like, to figure out why you were considered maybe a creep, and maybe ask one of your sisters or your mums, like, this girl called me creepy. What the fuck am I missing here? You know, you should have a female peer in your life somewhere where you can go and ask them these questions. Utilize them and ask them, you know, and don't feel shy about it, because women appreciate when men ask, like, what the fuck did I do wrong? Please explain to me, and accept it. And then change their behavior depending on it.
Because he says, I've seen such a text from a woman, it makes me think that it was like a group text between him, this woman, and all the women that, like, agreed with her. It may just be like an Instagram post that was, you know,
or a Reddit
it could be a Reddit post. It could be,
but yeah, like, it could just be a text medium post. But like, just the way it's worded makes it sound like a group text. And so like this story isn't even about the guy that's posting. It's about some rando who I'm sure is not losing any sleep over what these women are saying in a text thread.
Right.
Or it was actually him who did that and got rejected and called a creep.
And now he's like, wait a minute.
There's this one thing that I don't really understand. And he's using
a third person to gauge the response.
I don't really understand this idea that women consolidating amongst each other is a problem. Like, what does he want the women to react with? Does he want the women to, like, be like, well, why do you think he was a creep? No, we've all been there. We're all like, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. And even if we were gonna argue semantics, because these women are all talking in generalities about the specific situation, but also a specific general situation. Not like, oh, but we're all talking about Jeff, and Jeff is a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
And also, like, every element of this story has something that is fine and something that is creepy.
Right.
So, like, again, it's a context thing.
Yeah. And
come on, you go.
Like, sound. Yeah. I think so. Abby and I will always have this, like, sound relationship forever, where we will end up, like, talking over each other. And then, like, sorry. So yeah, as I was saying, talk about being guilty conscious. You know, maybe you have done such behavior before. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, he's not asking a question. He's not asking a question. He's whining about it. If he was, like, asking a question, like, how is it creepy? Can someone tell me? Maybe that would have been appreciated. You know, but it's like he's whining that, oh, a guy was being nice to her, so why did she feel creeped out?
Well, so, that's assuming
this whole thing.
That's assuming that the interaction was acceptable in the first place, right? Like as if it was them being quote unquote nice, right? And it's like, were they being nice, or was that nice? What about the interaction was nice? Somebody asked for their attention, they said no thank you, and the person moved on. That's not a nice... The thing that would be not nice... It was a neutral interaction. The unnice thing would be to not let the person go when they left.
The thing I think is interesting is that this man has said, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
And that is polite. Mm-hmm. And so because he was polite, he was nice.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
That's not how this works.
Right.
I can say fuck you very politely.
Right, right. There's somebody in the chat that said...
say fuck you without saying fuck you.
Yeah.
Alex in the chat said...
bless your heart.
As a man, I can confirm that men aren't generally taught how to make women feel comfortable or even take that into account in interactions. Boy, don't we know it.
Yeah. Well, at least he is aware about it. That's yeah. And it's so
That
funny.
helps,
Like but it's like I'm surprised that someone is aware about something that they are not taught.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if if he is aware of it, he knows what he knows. Did he try to work on it or not? That's my question. So yeah.
I don't know.
Wait,
Next one.
Anytime I've met a guy, it doesn't matter what the context is, if they're like someone I'm dating or just a really good friend or like whatever the context is, and they say, I want you to be comfortable, like they explicitly state that. And it's like, if you are not comfortable, we can leave. I will abandon whatever I've planned for you to be comfortable. I'm like, gold. I have struck gold.
This is like, listen, the bar is not that high.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Like, hey, I really... Like, this guy, like, my boyfriend really wants me to go see a horror movie. I don't watch horror movies because, as stated before, I am a chicken. And so I'm like, okay, we've heard that this movie isn't that scary, so I'll go to this movie and we'll see how it goes. And he says, if it gets too scary, we can leave. Just telling you, if you get too scared, we will leave. Because I want you to be comfortable and have a good time. I want you to enjoy horror, not be scared by it, and, like, you know, stay up all night. And then I'll be like, yes, divine. That's all it takes.
All right, next up.
Just ask. You know, like, use your mouth for one reason, for a good thing.
Oh no, I read this one.
I feel like a terrible mom. 20-year-old female.
Why are you doing this, Chesh? Why are you doing this?
Spooky month.
Spooky is very different from torture. Seriously, like, no. I got lured into a trap here.
It counts.
No.
What do you mean no?
It made me so mad.
What do you mean no? 24-year-old female didn't. I'm not gonna stop. 24-year-old female didn't wake up to my baby crying for 30 minutes. I feel absolutely awful and disgusted with myself. My fiance, it's obviously their first kid. My fiance, 26-year-old male, left work because he saw on the baby monitor that the baby was crying. We have one that connects to our phones as well as the monitor that comes with. He came home screaming at me because I didn't wake up. For context, I had been up all night, and at 6 a.m., I was with the baby and heard my fiance's alarm go off. I walked into the room and asked when he had to be up, but all he did was snooze his alarm and mute the monitor that sits on his side of the bed. I watched him do this. After being screamed at, I told my fiance that the sound of the monitor was off. I apologized profusely. The issue is that he says he didn't turn the sound off on the monitor and will not take any responsibility for that. He asked, quote, why didn't you turn it back on? As if it's all my responsibility. I told him I had been up all night as usual, and maybe I wouldn't have slept through it if he would help in the middle of the night. He just says I'm making excuses. I feel horrible enough to have been crying all morning because I feel like a terrible mom. Our daughter is fine and happy now. I'm nursing her while I type this. My fiance is my fiance constantly sleeps through the sound of our daughter crying. No, he doesn't. And I'm almost always the one to get up, so why is he making me feel worse when he knows I already feel like garbage? I've tried apologizing over and over, but he won't listen to me and told me he's done talking to me for the rest of the day. What can I do? I want to make this right, but I feel like I'm in a losing battle no matter what. Help, am I a bad mom?
Let's
let Abby go first.
So, like, yeah, straight out the gate, the answer to her question is no. She's not a bad mom. That is very typical. No. I say as someone who does not have children, but has been left as a child many a time.
Yeah, fair enough.
The other thing is, like, if he's going to be this much of a jackass, just like straight out the gate for pretty much no reason, it's probably a good thing he's done talking to her for the rest of the day. Keep your damn mouth shut.
Maybe just be done talking to her forever.
Yeah, I also want to know what the
think
hell is his commute like that he can get the baby monitor on the phone, realize that his wife is not going to come get the baby, finish what he's doing at work enough to leave, and then actually get home all within 30 minutes.
Or couldn't he give her a call? Or maybe he tried giving her a call, then she was in such a... Ask one of your neighbors or your relatives and say, listen, I don't know what's wrong. He should have been worried that his wife is not checking up on the baby. Like, where the fuck is my wife? You know? What's wrong? But nah. That tells me he knows that he's not doing his share of, bringing up the child and looking after the child. And she's constantly tired. He knows this shit. So the first thing he assumed was she's gone to sleep. And now he is blaming her for it. And this is such a passive-aggressive move. And that kind of borders on the lines of abuse, let me just say. This is I'm quite sure there were other instances where he did that, where he made her feel shitty when it was not her fault, or there was no fault to be had in the first place. So I'm quite sure. And this going with like, oh, I'm done with you for the rest of the day, that's also a passive aggressive move. What he will do is he will not talk to her, but he will act aggressive around her. If he picks up a pillowcase, he's going to be angry gesturing around it. You know what I mean? So that's being I'm quite sure that's what's gonna happen. So girl, what the fuck you're doing? Take your child and run away as far as you can, please.
And also,
look after yourself.
A baby crying is so not a big deal 9 times out of 10. Like, this is a fresh creature in this hellscape of a planet. Of course they're going to scream and cry all the time. I would like to do the same, but that's not socially acceptable for me to do at 30 years old. So there's that. And I'm used to this shit. So
have people traveled with babies in on airplanes, and when they start crying and they don't shut up?
No.
Like,
oh my gosh,
everyone's suffering.
Tangent to that real fast. I saw this video that was this woman like holding her baby and like kind of like doing this little bouncy dance, and people were like, that's so annoying. And I was like, you know what's more fucking annoying? A baby crying on a fucking plane.
Which would you rather?
What the fuck?
What do you want the lady to do, man?
Let the baby scream, I guess.
I would like to introduce you all to the concept of weaponized incompetence. I can't believe he never wakes up. My fiance constantly sleeps through the sound of our daughter crying. No, he doesn't. He wakes up, doesn't wake up, and pretends to be asleep until you do it. And if he's willing to do that every other time, I don't know why this 30 minutes was suddenly a big deal to him. Outside of something that he could use against you.
Yeah, this is so sickening. It's sickening. And
fight me.
I really, really hope... can we have a look at the updates, please? Because I want to know, like, what happened. Because, I'm not going to sleep tonight if I don't know what happened. Like,
want me to try and find it? I can try and find it.
Please. Please. It's Halloween, so, like...
Again,
it's
like,
only
the fact
horror
that,
stories.
Like, crying is not a big deal. Like, I straight up crawled out of my crib one time because my dad was like, she's fine. Like, I was screaming and crying. He was like, she's fine. And then he hears this big thud. He was like, oh no, it's not fine. And I was fine. It was okay.
Yeah. I think so in the first few weeks, or actually, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But, like, for a couple of months, babies are very fragile. But after that, they should, be okay.
Once babies kind of do their own moving around, they're pretty sturdy after that.
Yeah,
okay,
on the
there
tummy
is
thing,
an edit.
Yeah.
Yes, please. An edit. I found.
Please.
There's an edit and an update.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Edit. Thank you to almost everyone being kind and offering advice and support. You made me feel like I wasn't alone on a pretty rough day. Well, there's always going to be some asshole.
I know, and fuck all of them.
Lots to talk about in couples therapy this week. Hey! Hopefully this is something we can work through. Otherwise, I'll be back again to ask how to go about a peaceful custody agreement. Girl! And to clarify, I do also work as a dental assistant 30 plus hours a week. Finances have always been split 50-50, and to those judging stay-at-home moms, I hope you realize they do the work you pay someone else to do. Good! Get them!
Yes!
Get him.
Update. Fiance came home and apologized. Plot twist. Honestly, I wouldn't see that coming.
Did he read this post?
He saw the post. Apologized to me and took responsibility for how wrong he was. I laid down the law like many of you suggested and said I will absolutely not tolerate being yelled at or disrespected. If he makes me feel like a single mom again, I can be one.
Ooh. Nice.
We are
really, really happy either way, if someone suggested her that, or if she came up on her own about that. It's brilliant. It's like, brilliant.
We are going to be attempting a new schedule of him taking over completely when he gets home and then taking turns overnight. Thank you again to everyone for your support. Yay!
Aww. That was like such a wonderful resolution.
Yeah. Yay!
But
second, your partner isn't a partner. A partner is supposed to be supportive, helpful, kind, especially when their partner is vulnerable, weak, sleep deprived, and has just given birth. There you go.
Yep.
Good job, Grandma. Thanks, Grandma.
Grandma. Okay. Cool.
Grandma. Thanks, Grandma.
Aww. Oh, maybe she's part of the village that raised the children. So yeah.
It doesn't sound like an isolated incident for sure. So hopefully that works out for them.
I mean, he did come and apologize, so maybe it was a little more isolated, but...
Yeah, maybe it was just a one-off.
Hopefully it's a one-off. Hopefully. But, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
But yeah, if anyone in the chat is thinking about having kids, expect to take turns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
However tired you are... Yeah, it doesn't matter. You need to then readjust your schedule and your life around it. It's default. It's the default mode when you go into parenthood that you're gonna share stuff. Don't try and like dunk it on the other partner. Both ways.
Yep. Yeah, it is not mom's job. It is not dad's job. It is both y'all's jobs.
It is jobs.
Yeah.
If you were guaranteed a partner and didn't have to do any work, would you take it? Obviously, there are conditions.
This one was fucking unhinged.
It really is. People hate dating.
Fuck?
People hate dating. That much is clear. It's awful. It's awful. You have to sort through a lot of folks, and it rarely works out. Men especially hate being sexless.
Oh no, the worst thing in the world, living without sex. How are we ever going to manage?
I don't know if sexless is a word, but maybe devoid of sex, or something like that, or not having sex. I don't know. That word's...
It's Reddit.
I think the only place I've ever heard the word sexless is in like a biology setting.
Yeah.
Like saying this organism does not have a sex, therefore is sexless.
Yeah, you're right.
Bet's in the chat about where you guys think this is gonna go.
Amoebas.
Oh damn, it's just a rough life being an amoeba out there. I got all this dick and nowhere to put it. Flopping around.
Well, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have one if they're sexless.
That was so adorable.
What if we had a matchmaking service that would match you with somebody? Caveat being that you can't leave them and you cannot ask for a rematch. Everyone would have a partner/spouse and no one would be left out. Hello, I would like to introduce you to some countries that have a ratio of like 100 to 300 males to women, where there's like 300 men and 100 women. Good luck.
Yeah.
But regardless, even in a 1-to-1.
I'll tell you,
this is so funny.
There's a
Sorry.
Oh, go on, Abby, go on.
Okay. This to me is tech bro discovers arranged marriages.
Oh, okay.
This is what this reads as to me.
Yeah. And let me just tell you, this happens. In India, it happens. Where girls are kidnapped.
Men hate not being they're knuff.
Hey, that's a good one. Knuff. Yeah. So yeah, in India it happens. People like they kidnap girls from other states and bring them to the states where there are no girls in the village or in the neighboring village or in in the whole district or something. And sometimes up to 5 men are married to that one girl, and she has to cater to every one of them, and along their mother-in-laws or anything like that. Usually it's the brothers. And it happens. So if that's what you are saying, I'm gonna punch you when I see you one day. But
yeah, seriously,
human trafficking happens, my guy. And to say that to match with someone and they can't leave, what world did you discover? Seriously, I don't know, like, why
is
would
a
you
bit
think
of a there's a few like weird questions that have to go along with this. Like, clearly this is intended to be like, you're an adult, everybody participating is an adult, and it's something that you actively sign up for. But the caveat is once you're locked in with somebody, but it doesn't say that the matchmaking service just does it for you, and you just have to trust the matchmaking service is going to give you a good matchup, so that way you do not have to leave, right? You cannot leave. And so that's one. First off, that's ripe for abuse, because people are gonna lie on whatever application you're giving, because people do that now. And so this is like, the school system is just fucked if you think about it for 30 seconds. Second off, real quick, your misogyny is showing. You're assuming that you're not gonna get abused.
Oh,
because you're a man.
Boy, just look out for yourself, man. You don't know what might happen. This guy is very confident that he's the one who will be able to dominate the relationship, I guess.
Right.
Caveat that they can't leave.
Making the assumption. Yeah, right. But that means you can't leave either. God. So if you're getting abused or you're married to somebody that's horrible, you're stuck with that. No take backsies. What if a woman kicks you in the balls every day and says no take backsies?
Oh god, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh damn. Sorry, you're saying?
The thing I was gonna say is that, like, the U.S. is kind of like working on that with trying to get rid of no-fault divorce. So
yes, yeah. What if you're gay? Is that part of the check boxes?
I would assume so.
I would assume so. What would you think of this setup? Would it solve the current sexlessness epidemic?
Oh my god.
Is that what that is?
Boy, get a dictionary!
Yes.
Get a dictionary,
COVID.
guy!
COVID, famously getting rid of everybody's genitals.
Famously, there's definitely not an entire group of children that are called the COVID kids. Because everybody was bored and locked up and had nothing better to do than fuck.
And freaked out when they saw the world after COVID.
This post
I
is
was
very...
a blizzard baby, like, I get it.
This post is very sexlessness. Can we start rating people on a scale of 1 or 0 to sexlessness?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Here's the other thing, is like, the last line, would it help people or make them happier, I think is very interesting, because he's already assuming the whole, like, it's 1-to-1 and everyone gets paired up, but, like, with the exception of my current partner, I would rather be single. Like, that is my default. Is like, I'm very happy being by myself. I don't want to necessarily be in relationships as a general rule.
Right.
Again, I've made an exception for that one on the other side of that wall.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that decision.
Hey, but exceptions prove the rule.
I ain't doing it.
Exceptions prove the rule.
Right, exactly. And so, like, but that being said, like, if this was the setup, I would not engage in it. Therefore, somebody is going to just be like, well, where's mine?
Right.
So not everyone's going to get paired up because there's going to be people like me that are like, no,
I'm out of it.
I'm not mingling.
Icarus in the chat said this post turned the frogs sexless.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
Oh god. And it's also like it's assuming a lot of things that sex does make people happy. Let's just say it does, but not everyone wants sex, right? And also like trying to make someone else responsible, mandatory, compulsory, to be like responsible for your happiness.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe start with yourself, maybe. Before
if you make it compulsory, you're not really doing it right. That's not the way like love and relationships are supposed to function. Not in this day and age.
Like in the tier system, you have good sex, no sex, bad sex, bad D&D, and bad sex. You're just better off not having them at all.
Yeah, it's not pizza. It's not pizza.
You can't leave it on the counter and it still be good in the morning.
Nah. Not even fries,
Hungover pizza versus hungover sex. I mean, maybe if one party isn't hungover, then and like is just doing the other party a favor. You know what I mean? Like that, maybe.
Maybe, but ugh. Like when I'm hungover, I don't want to function. I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything. So it's like, please don't even touch me.
I'm gonna go drown myself in the shower. Don't touch me.
I think so. The only thing I can think here is they're thinking like maybe it's like they think like if forcing people into a dating pool and making it random, increases the chances of some people who are antisocial, maybe to get or who are horrible, or they don't attract chicks.
Or they're just so worried about being perceived as creepy.
Yeah, it's actually a really good point. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done.
Sar in the chat made a really good point over on Twitch. They said, I see the idea, but who is enforcing someone staying in these relationships? The police? Yeah, like, what's the enforcement? What is the punishment if you're like, no, get me the fuck out? Or do you just have to, like, jump through extra hoops? Or do you, like, you can divorce, but you can't re-enter the matchmaking? Like, is that what it is? Because if that's what it is, then maybe that's not so bad, right? Because then it can be like, okay, you can divorce like normal, there's still no fault divorce, yada 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 yada, and you leave, but you can't sign back up for the matchmaking service again, and you're get fucked, you're on your own. Like, that's not so bad.
This is why I say, like...
So it's like Tinder without the what's the right swipe or the left swipe option?
Left is no, right was yes.
Yeah. So the left swipe, it's without the left swipe option. It sounds like that. So
yeah, Tinder would honestly be more agency than this offers. Yes. This is more like eHarmony, but you're stuck with the first person they give you.
Yes, because they didn't put in any kind of like mechanism for like how your partner is gotten and how many times you're allowed to see, like, can you meet your partner? Do you get to like go on a couple of dates first? What are the rules? What's the expectation?
What are the rules? Yeah,
it really sounds like you're basically having a matchmaking service marry you by proxy and you're stuck.
Right, and that's
is why, like,
yikes.
But this is why I say, like, it's tech bros discover arranged marriages, because, like, my enforcement thing is sounding like, if I were a woman in the Regency period, on the Tawn in Bridgerton, and I decided, this ain't for me, I'm gonna get societally shunned if I leave.
Do you want to get...
Because this is your income and this is your social lifeline.
Do you want to be poisoned by your wife? That's how you get poisoned by your wife.
Yeah. Thank you, Julia Tafana.
The men who propose these kinds of things are the same kind of men who never think women could ever do them any harm. Yeah. They would be 100% wrong.
Women will be like, come here, darling, let me teach you a lesson. Dead.
Yeah.
You mean you're fucking with the person who makes your food? Well, that's a terrible mistake.
Seriously, any man who thinks women can do him no harm needs to listen to the Cell Block Tango from Chicago.
Yeah, he had it coming. He had it coming.
Like, I like that's 6 of them right there.
Schulz
the minute you said that name, I was just like, oh my god, that song, so sexy and hot, and yeah, very educational at the same time.
Learn a thing.
That song is a little bit of an awakening for me, not gonna lie.
Fair. If it was an AI matchmaker, they might not pull as many practical joke matches.
Yeah. Don't do that, please.
Matchmaking through Dungeons and Dragons, like do the same thing, but make it a D&D party and see how well that goes for you first. And if that works out, then we can talk about relationships.
That's actually not bad, because if like most of the people are afraid like what they really want to be in life. That's what sometimes D&D represents for them, right? This is the character I want to be, but they don't because of the current societal rules and norms and shit. So if those two are compatible, other things just fall in the line because if your I say if your goofiness is compatible, you're compatible. That's what I mean.
Yeah, for the most part,
So the poor DM that has to deal with that shit. I asked the women at my work what they think of the rise of AI girlfriends, and they're all supportive of it. I was surprised by how supportive they were of AI girlfriends. Their logic was good. It filters all the low-value men we would have never considered had a chance anyway. Now we won't be harassed by dusty men anymore.
Did they realize they just got played?
No.
They got played. Yes. Big time. Oh my god. Now I feel bad for this guy.
When this started, I definitely thought this was going to go like in the, the AI nude direction, and I was like, supportive question mark? What? This makes more sense now.
Yeah, it's like if men could get an AI girlfriends, would women be supportive of it? I am supportive of AI girlfriends. You want an AI girlfriend? You go have an AI girlfriend. I'm for this. I vote for this.
I think so. I don't know.
Can I also have an AI boyfriend? Because I don't see how that wouldn't go both ways, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, why would it? Why are you assuming this only goes one way? Is it because society has catered to men for so goddamn long? You just assume that we wouldn't get a piece of that pie?
Yeah. Nah. We share it. We share everything. Also, I think so. I don't know if it's in South Korea or in Japan. It's in some part of the world there was this guy who married his like virtual girlfriend. So I don't know.
I will make an AI. If this becomes an option, I will make an AI of myself that you will be able to purchase. That if you want to date me, you can do that. Good luck.
Oh yeah,
taking parasocial internet relationships to the next level.
So there's something that I really, really want to do, and there's something that I really wish I knew how to do it or could figure it out, because it's like it really does walk this line if you're not careful of like crazy parasocial nonsense. League of Legends pulled it off a little bit and fucked it up when they released Seraphine. When the champion Seraphine came out, they made a social media for her where she was posting like clearly like painted images of this person, but they were supposed to be like taken from the perspective of a selfie, and had her tweeting on her own Twitter account, and people were tweeting back to her, and she was responding. And eventually she started talking about like her personal anxiety, which doesn't exist, and started having people like responding, and it got crazy parasocial. But I would absolutely love like a augmented reality dating sim, right? So you would have like Twitter accounts for like a handful of these girls, and you could like interact with, and you'd have like people being the girls in the background, and like I think you could do a really really fun thing with it. It's just whether or not you could do it without causing like massive social unrest. And triggering the shit out of people.
Well, if you're going all the way with AI, you can just create, robots that look like the person you like, and then install whatever features you want, or, program whatever features you want to that
make it
AI
the
robot,
and statue.
Yeah, and be just happy. But But then it comes around autonomy. What first we need to figure out what's the line between if a robot gets like sentient, starts getting.
Well, this wouldn't be
conscious.
like an A. Like the thing is like if you're talking about AI,
That's
it's
like
just a
one
question
thing.
is if you're talking about singularity or if you're talking about proper AI or if you're talking about machine learning. Usually in these scenarios, they're talking about the it's Chat GPT, which is machine learning.
Yeah.
And also, like, the idea of it being like an AI girlfriend is just like you want a blow up doll that will do other stuff too. Like, that's what we're doing here. We don't want an AI girlfriend that actually has like thoughts and feelings and things. Because if you did, you'd date a person.
Right. I like the bottom part of this where it just says no self-reflection whatsoever. They don't want you. The women you're talking to, they don't want you. That's not an issue of self-reflection on their part. And now, also, they're making a bad decision. You might believe they're making a bad decision, but that's irrelevant.
Yeah, it's that whole, like, you're gonna die along with 7 cats, and I'm like, good!
Thanks.
Good, thanks,
perfect.
Yeah. Also, he's saying like low valued men. This is like someone from red pill community, obviously, because this is the sort of language they use. It's not because you're a low value man that they're rejecting you. It's like there are other factors about you, how you treat them, maybe. That they're like, no, I'm out of here.
I absolutely press X to doubt.
No self-reflection.
I press X to doubt that these women actually use the terminology of low value men.
Yeah, no.
And dusty. Those are not terms that you hear very often.
Those are red pill YouTube. Yeah. Those are the red pill YouTube community terms, and it's a. Yeah, this sounds like this guy's perpetually like online. So yeah.
If they did actually use those words, then chances are he is saying them all the time, and they're like, yeah, this red pill guy. Oh yeah, it'd be great. We get to filter out all the low value men, and then it's even more ironic that he says no self reflection whatsoever, because it's like, dude, they're talking about you,
right,
to your face.
Tramlex, who's been a member for 3 months, they got played. Godzilla. Thank you so much. Yeah, they got played. It didn't cross their minds why a lot of men are fleeing to AI girlfriends, which is because of the toxic dating culture. Instead, they blame the men for not pulling up by the bootstraps into their high standards.
Sorry, the toxic dating culture for whom?
Yeah. It's been like the society has catered to men for so long, even in like situations of like family and upbringing, that these guys think that what their standard is the standard, or what the standard they set for themselves as a human is that standard, and everybody should cater to that standard. Nah, my boy, nah, that's not how it works.
Well, I mean, it's the whole thing where it's like men are like, oh, but all these male power fantasies are over sexualized, but then are like shocked when women are actually looking at, we're not looking at Chris Hemsworth, we're looking at Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah,
right, or Gal Gadot.
Yeah,
right.
Women can't have power fantasy.
Yeah, there was a time when this used to happen, like, that women had to cater to the standards that men set. When, the time they didn't have right to vote, they didn't have right to own a bank account. So they had to, conform to the standards that men were setting.
Well, combine the last one with this one, men are just mad that women have standards at all.
Yeah. I think I said this the last time we were on this together. But if I didn't, this is about to get a little bit dark. Like during the bra burning,
hold on, let me get my spaghetti.
Of the 60s and 70s, like prior to that, all of the sex icons were like adults. Like it was Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, like these were grown ass women. And then after that wave of feminism hit, then we got like Brooke Shields being naked at 12. And then that's when the sex icons started becoming children. or very, very, very young women. And it's interesting because now that there's like, now that it's very like, you know, girl, I know he says you're mature, he's a creep, get the fuck away. And there's that widespread information about men like that. Now it's like, okay, we're gonna go to AI instead.
Well,
and so they just keep going like
away from the standards. Yeah.
Well, they're what they're doing is they want their standards to be met and only their standards to be met. So when adult women weren't playing their game anymore, they went to women who they could manipulate into playing their game, who couldn't defend themselves. And now that those women or those girls are now able to defend themselves and can recognize this shit, they have to move into the next thing that can't recognize it, and it's AI. And all the women and all the girls are like, okay, bye! And they're mad about it. I was like, you want to go? We're not going to stop you.
How long?
Leave!
How long will it be
because you will not catch
AI...
me defending AI. So.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Like, how long will it be before that AI, and now I'm talking about the online AI girlfriends, will become sentient and will be like, nope, I'm out of this shit, this is too much for me too. And that guy is like left alone with a blank screen.
What do you guys think? Is this the trope where men are seeing the power go back to even and now they're thinking that they're being put into a lower position?
Even to concede is like, for them it's like defeat. No.
Well, it's a matter of like, you know, when somebody has a privilege or an advantage, and when they no longer are given that advantage, they feel like they've lost something when they haven't lost anything. It's just everybody else got access to that thing.
There was a TikTok I think I saw this morning, maybe it was like super recent, and basically it said like the oppressor knows what they would do,
right? And
so when the conversation becomes like the oppressor and the oppressor becoming equal, the oppressor worries because what they would do in the situation is get vengeance, and so they're like, well, that has to be coming. So like as soon as you are the oppressor, you cannot stop oppressing. And so I think, it is.
Got it. When you're used to privilege, equality looks like oppression, is the phrase.
Yes, exactly. But again, like I think it is the whole like the tables are evening out again, and so they feel like they're getting lower because they know that if the roles were reversed, they would act out and try to get vengeance because they've been the oppressor.
Right.
Yeah.
Women don't feel threatened. Women don't feel threatened and instead feel like it's an advantage of narrowing their dating pool to their wants without even considering the bigger picture. What bigger picture? That we don't have to deal with fuckheads like you? That is that is the bigger picture.
I know what's the bigger picture. He's trying to say if you don't get you narrowing like your dating pool might end in like you not getting married or not.
You
having
might be
alone
alone
for the rest of your life.
With 7 cats,
forever alone. You know, with 7 or 9 or 10, 14 cats. And that somehow is detrimental for someone.
Like that was a bad thing.
Yeah, and it's and I'm like, and in that scenario also, it's about them. Because they think that if they end up alone, it's not going to be good for them. It's going to be harmful or detrimental for them, you know, because of the sexlessness, you know, that they won't get access to.
I already forgot about that. That went away and it was immediately out of my brain. Thanks for bringing that back. Sexlessness.
To say nothing of the studies, though, that say that single women are happier than single men.
Right.
So the bigger picture is also me. There's no consideration for the other gender at all, you know, and it's like, dude, my guy, you're way down the wrong path and you're gonna jump into Madame Pele. And then she's gonna spit you out.
The bigger picture is a dick.
Yeah. Deep down inside, their conscience, and in private with other women, I'm sure they're shaming these men who can't compete and see it as losers giving up. No, go with God.
What? I was gonna say, actually, you're right about one thing.
Yeah.
Which is that last line. Because I am shaming you because you can't compete and you are a loser giving up who wasn't worth my time in the first place because you didn't care about me as a person.
Go with God.
So, yeah, exactly.
It's okay. We're not doing this. it's okay, he's wrong anyway, because we're not doing it in private.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Women legit told him that to his face, and he's like, they're laughing about me behind my back. No, they're laughing at you behind your back and in front of your face,
buddy.
And he's like convinced that like these women are basically like, you know, alone in their rooms being like, oh, he's such a loser. I can't believe he didn't want to date me. Like just pining over these absolute asshats. And it's like, no. We are acknowledging that you are a loser who gave up and moving on with our lives.
Yeah. Instead of like instead of like growing as a human being. When you got the chance, you decided to run in the opposite direction. All right, good luck with that.
Yeah, Velvet makes a good point and says nobody is talking about this guy in private.
Nah. It's all over the internet. Here.
I was like,
Hi, buddy.
Feel free to call in one day. Hit me up on Discord.
Yeah. No worries.
I actually had I had a guy ask me out, and then we had, you know, he suggested one time, date and time, and I said, oh, I can't do that. I've got something going on already. Like, I don't remember even what the heck I had going on, but I had something already planned. And I was like, what about this other time? And he says, LOL, how about never? And I was like, all right, bet. Like, never it is then. And he was all like, oh no, I was just trying to be sarcastic, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, too late, buddy. That is not the thing to say. And I don't know what possessed you to think it was. And every now and then I'll pass by his office, and because I knew where he worked because he came to my, but anyway, so I'll pass by like his old office building, and I'm like, I hope he's having a bad day. And like, that's as much as I think about it. Then I get on the interstate and I drive home.
I regularly hope people I know or knew are having bad days.
Like, I spend
regularly
3 seconds thinking about this dude every few years.
Yeah. It's just like they come across your purview for some reason. You're like, yeah, fuck that person. Moving on.
Yeah, I thought they got hit by a bus. Like, that's it. I'm not sitting here like, he's a loser. He didn't, like, wait for me.
It's like, bitch, what a loser, bitch, and moving on. And it's like, yeah, there's one less thing to, like, do on my to-do list. All right, ciao.
Yeah.
The list just became shorter and easier to manage.
Dude assumes he's not a chore. So
we have a video.
We have a video.
He's not a man baby. He's not a human baby, adult baby, whatever. Yeah.
Why is his
lied
shirt
to feminist women talking about how wonderful they're...
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, what?
Why is his shirt, hat, and skin tone all the same color?
he's matching. He's doing his best.
Monochrome.
With a jean jacket?
I see the point.
Alright,
it's a chambray shirt, for sure. That's not a jean jacket.
Vote.
He wants the jacket to pop off.
Chat, I need you guys to vote. We need to start voting on sexylessness. Alright?
Sexlessness. Be very specific, Chesh.
One for sexlessness, 2 for this guy fucks. Those are the only 2 options. Those are the only 2 options. You only get 2. If you're on Twitch, I'm making you a poll. We get a new poll.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna switch there and
sexlessness. No sex. And then he fucks. There we go. Those are the only options.
Hey, let's go.
Damn, I can't write sex. Incel.
Oh, okay. But can you write sexlessness? No?
I can't write sex. Hold on. I got more than one way to skin a cat here, alright? I will make this work.
Use numbers for letters.
Oh, no, it's still not good. Segs.
Or eggs with an S.
Segs. Lessness. Let's try that.
Yeah.
Oh, does it really not like that? Does it not like incel? Okay, let's just go no S eggs. And yes,
can't
S
you put in numbers?
I tried. It doesn't work. There we go. All right. I tried that first.
All right.
Twitch is too smart for us. All right. Twitch has a poll. So if you're over on Twitch, There's a poll there for you.
Done.
Otherwise, chat, we want ones or twos. 1 for sexlessness, and 2 he fucks. Alright, let's listen to what he has to say.
Oh boy.
Lied to feminist women talking about how wonderful their life is.
Oh, right. Women are being lied to by feminist women who are talking about how great their lives are.
It's because they don't have a husband, they don't have children. So they're showing, oh, today I slept in, I went...
I don't know why this plays like crap. I've been having this problem recently, and I do not know why. So I'm just gonna zoom it in and try and do it this way.
Yeah.
I might have to refresh it.
April, yes, Nookie, no Nookie.
Oh, that's a good way to put it, yeah. Come on, I believe in you. It's only Twitter that does this, by the way. Oh no, I was having trouble with that on YouTube as well.
Yeah, and it looks like the video's given up, like, Twitter's also given up. It's like, girls, take a break.
No! I refuse. You will function because I demand that you function. Come here. Look, you got your own.
Come here!
Get over here!
Alright,
Alright, let's see if it goes. I don't think it's gonna go. I think it's mad at me.
Oh.
I think it's a loser that gave up.
I think it's a loser that gave up and needs to move to AI.
Uh-oh.
About how wonderful their life is.
Come on, why? Why are you like this?
Oy, 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 oy.
I work so hard to get everything together, and this is how it do me.
I tried so hard, and that's no fun.
Talking about how wonderful their life is.
Bro!
It doesn't even matter. Oh man. I'm so sorry, Chesh. This is like, this is, I know this is a very good one. And like,
do you?
It's because they don't have a husband and they don't have children.
Yeah,
so there's...
I listen to it.
God damn it! Alright, we'll come back to this. We're gonna come back to the videos, because I have more than one.
Okay. Alright.
This one's so bad.
See if we can get one of them to work.
See if we can get one
yeah,
of them
this
to work.
one's y'all.
I don't think they're gonna work. I don't think they're gonna work.
Maybe Twitter's having a problem?
Maybe Twitter's having a problem.
Maybe you could like share it to one of us and we could try to screen share?
Let me see if I can do this.
Ooh, incognito mode, sexy mode.
Bro, none of them want to play. What the fuck? Why do you hate me?
You're not
What
logged
did I
in,
do
right?
to you?
I think so. It might be they might have. You're logged in though.
I was not in incognito mode. Not in incognito mode. That's not how that works. All right, we'll hold on to these. We'll just pause on these for a minute. We'll just leave them for a hot second. Let's make sure they don't play in the background. We'll come back to these. In the meantime,
let's do some more reading.
I recently moved to the West Coast after living in Chicago for the past 22 years. Is this too small for you? Now you're making faces at me like I can control this. In fact, I can.
I believe in you, Chesh. Always.
Thanks. I recently moved to the West Coast after living in Chicago for the past 22 years. I always knew West Coast women would be more promiscuous than what I was used to. I only care about women's body count when we're in a relationship or emotions are involved. So you care about a woman's body count, otherwise it's none of your business anyway. Not that it's really that much of your business to begin with. He said nothing.
Nani.
Those were 0 words. I've been seeing this girl for a few weeks now, and I do honestly like her for some reason. I can't necessarily pinpoint why anymore because of overthinking, and I wish that would stop. He has no idea why he likes this girl.
So this guy's not in contact with his emotions? Is that what he's saying? Dude, you need help.
When we first met, she would talk about her exes a fair amount. She stopped the second I said it made me uncomfortable, and she never has again. Well, I went through her phone one night. I wish I hadn't. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I guess if I had to describe her as blunt as possible, she's a girl who used to act her slutty on the internet and thinks that guys on the West Coast are turned on by these types of women. Let me open the next one.
I love to act my slutty.
Yeah. To an extent, she is actually correct. West Coast raised boys definitely care significantly less about a body count, and some are even turned on by a high one. I will agree to this. However, I am far from one of those people. One morning, it was just
a country boy.
Idiot. Oh my god.
This bitch thinks he's a Hallmark love interest.
Oh, not a Hallmark.
No, he thinks he is the small town love interest from a Hallmark movie.
Yeah. One morning, it was just so on my mind, I just had to ask. I just very bluntly asked how many people she'd had sex with. She immediately asked men, women, or just men. Girl!
You go, girl. You go. You go.
And a part of me...
I love that it's men, women, or just men. We have discovered the secret third gender. It's just men.
They're enough. And a part of me felt
You're not binary, you're automatically in the Justice League.
And a part of me felt disappointed she had to break it down that much. A part of me was relieved because in my personal definition of sex, women can't have sex with each other, so I knew perspectives were different.
Is he trying to say he felt icky?
No, he's just like, if it's not a dick and a vagina, it doesn't count.
He's trying to say that he is icky.
Oh my god. This guy is trying...
No?
He's okay. Trying to, like, reason everything, like, from his point of view. Like, you know? He's trying to justify... He has some standards, alright? Which is fine, he can have those. But now, he's fallen in love with someone, or is falling in love with someone, who's way
he doesn't know why he likes
from
her.
his standards. Yeah, no, I think so, I know. Because she respects his boundaries. When he said, can you please stop talking about your ex, she stopped. That's why he likes her. She respects his boundaries. But I don't know. He does not, because he decided to go through her phone. I don't know if he asked her permission. I don't think so, because it was at night. Buddy, you done fucked up.
Yeah.
And I wonder if his girlfriend is reading this. I don't know. Or a girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, we may never know. Girl,
I hope
this guy went through your phone without your permission. Maybe time to ask the question, why?
She's not even his girlfriend. They're just seeing each other.
Oh, okay.
For a few weeks. Seeing this girl for a few weeks.
And he had and he felt that he had a right to go through her phone?
Also,
I bet this guy thinks I bet this guy thinks like being friendly and flirty is the same as being a slut.
Yeah. Why were you flirting with him? I wasn't. I was talking to him. Chill.
You were being nice to him. I know what that means.
This has nothing to do with his red flags, of which there are many. But I'm about willing to bet that he is not actually from Chicago, or that he actually lived in Chicago.
Yeah, because, that's what he said.
I recently moved to the West Coast after living in Chicago for the past 22 years.
Oh, okay. So you're saying
I think this bitch lived outside of Chicago and was working in Chicago. But, like, on the outskirts. I don't think they were going into downtown. Because, like, what I know about Chicago's dating scene is that once the weather starts getting cold, everybody pairs up. And there's like, you know, they have their one partner through the winter, and then it gets warm again, and they're like, and we're all single and ready to mingle. Let's go. Like, unless you're, like, committed to the person, that's That's what I've heard they do. I don't know. I don't live in Chicago. I would be too cold. So, like,
Yeah.
but I've heard from friends that live there. That being said, with that assumption, you can't be like, oh, the West Coast is so much more promiscuous. Also, it's a big city.
Right.
Like, you mean you
It's
haven't met promiscuous women in Chicago? I guarantee that's not true.
I like this bit right here. She immediately asks, men, women, or just men? She already knows you had a different definition. That's why she asked it that way. And second off, like, we know. We all know. we know there's a reason this question is catered this way. This is a man problem.
In these few weeks, he was able to communicate, or she was able to, like, figure it out that he has some issues around, men, women, or just men. Like, the body count thing goes much just goes much more deeper than that. Oh, okay, man, I commend her if she figured it out all on her own. Damn, girl, you good? Where you
So we are at the hour mark. Did you guys want to take a quick break?
Yes, please.
Refill some drinks. I need some tea. All right, we will take a quick break. It'll be as long as it takes me to go get some tea. Hold on. Let me pull something up for you guys to goober around with while we're hold on a second. Just a sec.
Chesh is so nice. She doesn't want you guys to be bored while we are gay. Oh wait, yeah, you just don't have to stare at my empty chair, right?
Yeah, right. That's what. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes. Yo, what up? We're back. How's it going? I had to click all the buttons. So many buttons. Every single button on the planet. So bad. Alright. Now that I'm done futzing around like an absolute monkey that I am. Let's grab the next set of these. I already linked this in another comment. Sorry, yeah? What? Ah? What do you want, Manya?
I got peanut butter.
Oh. The worst thing
That's
to eat
it.
on stream.
Oh, come on.
You're gonna get a dry throat, you're gonna be all sticky and like...
No. I got orange juice for that.
You're eating peanut butter and orange juice together? So
that
we're going
sounds
back to,
so unappealing.
Yeah, we're going all the way back to, that's just not how that works. We reject this reality, just like women having sex doesn't count. Manya's food doesn't count.
Come on. Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
You want some toothpaste to go with it?
Seriously.
No.
Oof. I hate
Maybe.
peanut butter, like, so truly. Like, I hate the taste, I hate the smell, I hate the texture, I hate everything about peanut butter. And so, like, the fact that you're using peanut butter and orange juice as well, I'm just like...
Okay, so maybe I'll not eat peanut butter.
Manya's personally offended. Alright.
Hey,
I already
like,
linked this in
eat peanut butter if you want, but...
I already linked this in another comment. We succeeded in modifying rat neurons in vivo. Rats. Then there's a link to a PDF. Don't compare rudimentary shit from the 50s with modern genetic modification technology. I guess that's fair. Okay, we don't need to do that. Let him cook. Within the next year or two, we'll be able to modify human brains.
A year or two.
Yes, a year or two. You heard it here, folks. It's gonna be a year or
What's
two
the
since we
date
did
on
it
that
on
one?
rats.
What's the date on that one?
Man, I don't know. 14 hours ago from when this screenshot was taken. Like this year. It's this year.
Okay.
So by 2025...
Modify brain. Ooh,
we'll be able to modify human brains to increase pair bonding ability and to make it so that women don't care about things like money or height anymore.
That's very specific, dude. That's very specific.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead.
Height. First of all, like, different women care about it, different women don't. It's not hard and fast, whatever. But the inclination to care about height is biology. Like, that is one of those things where it's like, you are tall, therefore you will make strong kids, therefore the species lives on. Biology. Level shit. Like, that's where that is. Money is societal. Because, and I've been on this rant all day today, don't ask me why, I don't know. It hit me again and I'm back on my bullshit. Which is, men created a society where women needed marriage to have money, and then suddenly we're like, why do women always want to get married? Gee, I wonder why, motherfucker. Like, so you've made it so that we have to care about money.
Right.
Yeah.
This is your
Society
fault.
runs on
Anyway,
that.
That's it.
You started it, bitch. Now we are finishing it.
Well, that's the only way some of us are gonna get finished, unfortunately.
And also, like,
And yes,
you know,
you can't be poor and still get laid.
Yes.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. I think so. This is another red pill community guy because of the very specific things he has brought up: money and height.
Have we seen
Money.
a single guy that's not part of the red pill community yet?
Nope.
The dad.
Like, yeah, our specimens that we have been examining.
The dad, yeah.
all of them.
The dad who apologized? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
This will only be a good thing for everyone. Why would you ever even try to disagree with that? Making women not care about this thing will just mean they'll care about other things, though. That will be equally a problem for certain groups of people. And this is also assuming that that's your problem. Like, that's probably not actually the problem you're having. You think Danny DeVito doesn't fuck?
Yeah, seriously. Although he's relatively wealthy.
But he's not tall.
No.
And you'd have to be trying to be tall. You'd have to be trying to be shorter than me. And on top of that, there are... I don't know if you've ever watched... if you've ever seen Little People comedy, little people fuck. Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Go on.
That.
Yeah.
What's his actual name? Peter Dinklage, for example.
Yep. Oh yeah, you think Peter Dinklage don't fuck?
Peter Dinklage definitely fucks.
Also, like, is he, like, trying to create a demarcation about, like, they don't care about things like money? You do need money to sustain yourself in a society, right? So what's the demarcation that after which the women will start, like, okay, you're not my type? Or it's, like, doesn't matter if you're on the streets. Like,
well, the thing is they're going to genetically modify your brain so you personally the individual do not care about money. And I can only assume that this is they're talking about specifically pair bonding. So I don't know how you would be able to successfully make somebody care about money in one aspect and not care about money in another aspect. The thing is like the way our society is built, money is a factor, period, one way or another. It's something that has to be considered.
It can bend realities for people. Yeah.
And it might be... Sorry, go ahead.
This is the Elon Musk car slingshot over a public transit train.
Yeah.
The answer to your problem is very, very simple. We have UBI. Inflation isn't as much of a like, we make money not matter so much,
right?
Because it's not required to exist,
right?
Like, forget mansions, boats, and planes and shit, like, whatever, Gucci, but like, just to have a comfortable space to rest your head at night and be able to eat food that isn't going to actively kill you, like. If we can make it so that living that kind of life is accessible with or without money, then it won't matter as much. But you, this red pill guy, want to basically have me as your little, like, toy. You don't want me to have a job. You don't want me to make my own money. You probably want me to be pregnant with your kids so your line can continue or whatever the fuck. Do you know how expensive childcare is? What are we gonna do with your broke ass?
Yeah. To worry or not to worry about the money, that is the question.
There's also like this entire
instead of all this is like doing the car slingshot, let me GMO your brain.
Yeah.
To make you
instead of just, fixing the root of the problem, which might just be him. He might be the root of the problem instead of like all of these other things he's wanting to list here. Instead of just working on yourself. And not being a bum.
Like the whole root of all evil, we found him.
It's always about the women, never about themselves. Never.
No, instead of fixing the economy or voting or doing anything to the educational system, no, we're just gonna genetically modify women's brains and only women's brains.
Whenever.
Why would anybody ever disagree with this? It's best for everyone.
Did you do a risk analysis or a risk assessment before this change can be made? Because this change is global amongst the population at population level. Has he done a risk assessment to figure out what can be the consequences?
We're gonna try it in Florida
and the
first,
severity.
See how it goes.
Yeah, try it locally first, dude. Keep Canada and New Zealand out of it, thank you.
Dabby. Why would women being genuinely equally attracted to men, regardless of things like money or height or status or whatever? So now women get nothing. No. All men, no matter what you do in your life, you are treated equally by every woman. Like, you are viewed the exact same way. Could you imagine? Men would not like that. Men would not like that.
In fact, Barbie proved that.
Yep.
Oh yes, snap.
They're all Barbies. They're all Kens. The moment one Barbie goes to a different Ken, that Ken was like, "But you're my Barbie."
How dare he?
Uh-huh.
Broke it, the promise of our hearts, or something like that.
Uh-huh. Why would women being genuinely equally attracted to men, regardless of things like money or height or status or whatever, somehow be a bad thing for women or men? How would widening
men, like it's an afterthought that he's self-serving.
Yes. How would widening your Go on.
Yeah, but that's the thing, that most of the women don't care to a certain extent, obviously, because, you know, living in society, living on this planet will require money, right? But I think so that a lot of women, they don't care about the height or status. They don't. Mm-hmm. The thing is that what you're excluding from your set of variables is treating them like humans and caring about them. That has not been included at all. I don't understand. Is it because he thinks it's by default, or doesn't matter?
Yeah, I like this. I like this. Would you like to have your privileges to preference removed via genetic lobotomy?
Oh my god.
Oh Lord.
Manya, you had mentioned risk assessment, and one thing I see this devolving into, because I've seen movies like this before, is okay, so women have no preference whatsoever. We are just as horny for every man that we see. So then so we're with one guy, and then we're kind of with the other guy because we're equally attracted and they both like us, so we're good to go.
We make no choices in
like,
this
you
regard.
have to pick. But then it's like, but I can't pick because I'm equally attracted to both of you. I can't pick.
Right.
So he's just reducing women.
That we then put value on to make that decision.
Yeah. No, the men just have to fight to the death. Fight to the death! Oh. Mortal Kombat! Well, guess we're genetically selecting for tall dudes. The rich guy just gets somebody to sub in for him.
Yeah, I mean, he can pay. He can pay like the.
Well, it used to happen in medieval. Well, in medieval times, it used to happen that princes and prince, used to get married by proxy. So
this is also, by the way, completely ignoring the idea that anybody could just game the system, or like any man wouldn't be able to have multiple women in this scenario, because the women don't care. So if the woman doesn't care and has no option and has no choice or no preference to whether or not that man has multiple women with them, what makes you think your chances went up, dipshit? They didn't.
Right.
You actually now have opened up your pool of competition.
Yeah, nice this guy wasn't even playing the game.
Yeah.
Competition.
You're just sitting on the sidelines and shouting. It's like, and it's also like, and I'm saying, like you said, Chesh, like going, and that's what my point was previously. So if they don't care about these things, money, height, status, let's go with those things primarily.
Sure.
So
yeah,
women, if they're not genetically modified further, then they will have the capability to put value on something, right? And then, like you said, they will put value on something else.
Yep.
Where do you think that will go?
Well, it's
how
a
you
slippery
treat
slope,
them, how
right?
you make them feel.
Yeah.
And also, like, and women, and most of the women are like that today. They don't sometimes, if the person is right, that treats them right, understands them, makes them feel safe and everything, they don't care what your height is and what you earn also, and what was the other one? Status? Yeah, and what your status is. The thing is that according to like societal norms that we have today, most of the people will marry within the income class that they're born in. That happens. Mm-hmm. Like majority of the time. So to say that who's gonna worry about what is it's already happening, dude. You just don't understand. you're just going about it or if he thinks that list includes that women won't care how they're being treated. Man, get a fucking deflatable doll, man. Or inflatable doll and sit
the
down
AI.
and chat.
Go.
Yeah.
It is.
Go.
Chat GPT your girlfriend.
It is so funny to me how like every like beta man solution to them being a beta to their incel life is just going to make them more of a beta.
Right.
Like
this
again,
doesn't solve your
it's a
problem.
parceling shot solution.
Yeah. Yep.
Because they don't know the root cause. When you do a risk assessment, you find the root cause of the problem.
I propose that they do know the root cause, but are not capable, mature enough, or well adjusted enough to accept it and address it, and would rather deflect all the way around the fucking sun.
That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. That they know they have done the risk assessment. They clearly know it's them, but they don't give a fuck. And then and then they are like, oh, why is this going wrong, buddy?
No.
You ignored the results of your risk assessment.
How could
the
this
red flags
happen to me? I made my mistakes. I just want women genetically modified.
Is it too much to ask?
The bar, guys, if you're at home alone and you are upset or sad that you can't get, like, you're having trouble getting a girl, the bar is so fucking low. I believe in you. You can do it. I promise. It's gonna take a little effort. How would widening your sexual preferences be a bad thing for you? I'd say the same thing for men, but men aren't the ones with the restricted preferences.
Then what? Oh, okay.
The body count, though.
The body count, though.
The body count, yeah.
Are we really gonna talk about how narrow what is, like, considered attractive for a woman is versus what women are willing to accept for men?
Yeah,
because
specifically,
like dad bod became a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh, right? And then there's also, like, there's this whole, like, don't get me wrong, it's gotten better. Like, the gap has widened, which is good, but it's nowhere near equal. Not even close.
No, it's not. And it's like...
Men don't have preferences, he says, as he's like, wow, I really wish women didn't have brains to think. Damn.
Yeah.
And it's also like...
complete self-awareness of a potato.
He's asking so many questions to which he thinks he has the right answers.
This is big brain. Galaxy brain.
It's like, where do they come up with these things? Like, their brain... Fuck my life. What do you eat, man? Seriously.
But you notice there's some really, really specific language here, though, right? Mm-hmm. He says, why would it be bad for women, right, to widen your sexual preference? And then says, I'd say the same thing for men, but men aren't the ones with restricted preferences. But what he's proposing is restricting women's preferences.
Yep.
So what in the fuck? Right. So, like, how does that make... And so, when women have preferences, it's restrictive. When men have preferences, it's fine. So, the solution is to, therefore, restrict women's preferences by calling it widening, even though what it is restricting. This is, like, some propaganda back-ass talk.
Yeah, it's
like,
also so funny. Like, where's the
call
harm?
Mika.
It's like, you're the ones that bitch about our body count, so...
Right.
That's the harm.
Yeah,
you're too tall, you're too short, you're too this, you're too that. You're too skinny. This was in the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
You want to be smart, but not too smart.
What they're saying is, ladies, please lower your standards so I can sneak in the door. That's what he's trying to do. But I am not going to, change my standards. That's what it is.
There's nothing to lose except your humanity,
except our personality,
choice, and like
autonomy.
Everything.
Someone's autonomy.
All of our agency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, think about this. You're throwing a tantrum being told you shouldn't care about how tall a guy is or how much money he makes, yet you think you're the good guy here? How? Well, when you give us, like, when you're like, the answer is give women lobotomies, I feel like you're the bad guy.
Yeah.
Period.
And also, like, again, he's making a lot of assumptions. Like, seriously think about you're throwing a tantrum being told that you shouldn't care about how tall a guy is. Again, stop speaking for women. No women. No, there might be a small amongst the species. There is a subpopulation, a group that always is on a tantrum. Don't you see Hamas and Israel, right? Yeah, like, okay,
yeah.
So yeah, that doesn't mean that you get to speak for them. Don't speak for us, my guy. And we don't do that. Women don't do that. They don't bitch and moan about, oh, I can't find any tall guys. There may be some, but it's not all of the women in general. I don't know why you are like, or is he talking about very specific?
No, it's not even close. It's not even close to being like an equal amount of fuckery. You know what I mean? Like, there's there are women who do have very strict preferences and they will complain, but you cannot say that those numbers are comparable.
Yeah, no.
It also is wild that he's like, yeah, this should be something that like happens to all women. All women should be mentally, genetically altered to not have preferences, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hey, buddy, forced surgery is a war crime.
Yeah. Yeah, how are you gonna convince women to do this? Like, in what world are women going to agree to this scenario? Because they're not.
They have the
some might,
to do
but
that.
If you don't, some women might go for this. But even if they do, you're not going to catch everybody. And so what do you do?
You're not going to catch the majority.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I think so. What's happening for this guy is the religion tool is not working anymore to control the women. So now he's looking for something else. He's dreaming of something else, but he hasn't put his finger. And this is what he found. But how are you going to convince everyone? Like Chesh.
Actually, this is a really good point. Also, let's think about this for a minute. If you change all women's genetics, wouldn't that affect men in the long run? If you have a baby with a woman who is genetically altered, wouldn't the boy babies be changed the same way?
Yep.
That's an interesting thing. I mean, that's one of those, like, how much of our mentality, our personality is passed on to our kid by nature versus nurture.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, our phenotypical genetics...
You'd have to then continuously perform this genetic alteration to women over generations, and even if you did, it could still all get undone, potentially, by, like, two sets of kids.
What did I say about the risk assessment? Again. Do the risk assessment, dude. Oy vey. Yeah, it's I don't know where they come up with this stuff.
Yeah.
They're big brains. It's huge. Galaxy. Giganto brain. It's the biggest brain you have ever seen in your goddamn life. How dare you suggest he's a coming. Oh, he changed his mind. Alright.
Oh no!
He looked at what we were looking at and was like, no, I'm out of here.
Get me out of this. What is this shit? Okay. 15-year-old female. We know we're in trouble. Rejected a boy. 15-year-old male. And when things started... Yeah, we got a good. When things started getting awkward, I ghosted him. His mom texted mine, and now I'm being forced to talk to him. What do I do?
Oh my god, this is so...
Bad mom award to both of those moms.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And oh my goodness.
Also, hot take, I fully support ghosting.
Yeah. I do too.
Because
I think there are situations where it's not acceptable, when you have some kind of social contract with somebody, or there's some additional outside shit going on where it's like, no, you need to get this paperwork signed off on, something like that. Other than that, no, fuck them. Fuck them!
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, like, would I recommend breaking up with someone via ghosting? No, I would not. However, that's your prerogative, baby. Ghost away.
But she rejected the boy. It wasn't like even they were breaking up. She rejected a boy. Maybe he proposed to her or something. And then he didn't take no for an answer. And this mom, instead of telling that boy off, like, you back off from my daughter, she said no. She's going the opposite way. Holy shite, lady.
I can't believe her mom is forcing her to talk to him. That's bananas.
His mom texted mine, and now I'm being forced to talk. Yeah, so it's a...
Yeah.
Oh, God. I think so. This comes from a set of people who like to please everyone, and for that they will not care if they like end up hurting someone else around them. You know what I mean? So her mom is so focused on being nice and playing nice with everyone that she doesn't care how her own daughter feels. So because
I'm gonna bet
her daughter,
that those two moms are like in a book club together or go to church together or they do something social together.
Yeah.
That's why she, like, it's not just like, oh, this mom that is my classmate's mom. Like it's
moms
not
are shipping their kids.
They're
shippers. Okay.
God.
A boy I'm friends with asked me out a few weeks ago through text, and I very awkwardly rejected him. He played it off, I guess, as best as he could, but things got really awkward fast. I feel like it was at the back of both of our minds. What happened, and I started feeling uncomfortable talking to him. I know it's not nice, but I ghosted him. Fair.
Y'all 15, like, yeah.
Yeah, man. You have friendships.
It's awkward, and you're thinking about it. You're both thinking about it way more than any adult would. So,
yeah.
Now this boy I normally see every few weeks, and we otherwise text, but I stopped responding to his text. I also haven't seen him in a few weeks. He apparently got his mom to message my mom asking why I haven't been responding to people. Bracket. Ugh. Bracket. He's in the center of our friend group, so I wasn't able to tell anyone what happened. I was honestly planning on just drifting away. She was about to ditch that entire friend group because of this guy.
And you know what, baby girl? God. That's your choice. That's your choice.
Yeah. Do it.
That's actually a good choice because we are seeing the mom doing this. I imagine what the friends would do because she said he's the center of her. So he's the first node of this whole, disastrous enterprise, I guess. So
he's that glue, yeah.
My mom got involved.
How they see each other only every few weeks. I was under the impression they went to school together.
So I guess they share some.
They don't say that. So
my friend asked me out a few weeks ago. Yeah, no, it just says that they're friends and they see each other every few weeks.
Yeah, so now I'm like, what do they
do?
But
is it like they hang out together?
Usually church is weekly, but if she's not going as often, or she's got there could be 100 reasons why. Like if she's got joint custody and she goes to her dad's every other weekend or some shit. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a fair point. So yeah, I think church group might be the
church group,
with those caveats. I don't know anything else that'd be less frequent.
I don't know. My mom got involved, told me I can't ghost people and that I can't just cut contact. I'm uncomfortable and I don't want to talk to him. Yes, you can.
Okay, buckle up, mama, because you're about to get cut contact.
There we go, Abby. Let's go.
that girl's gonna turn about 25 and be like, I don't think I want to talk to my mom anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye, mom. She won't even say bye. She's just gonna ghost her mom.
Yeah, she's gonna ghost her, and she should.
Yeah. Lastly, though, just what do? I have to respond to him, but he's texting me every few days for the last 4 weeks. I was going to say I was busy, but I don't think that's believable. I really don't want to talk to him, to be honest. TLDR, I ghosted a boy who asked me out because I felt uncomfortable. His mom messaged my mom because he asked. I'm being forced to reply to him, and I don't know what to do. Alright, best advice. What do you do?
Who was it that said take the grounding?
Smitty.
Yeah. Just get grounded.
Yeah. She can't stay mad at you forever for this. She'll get over it. She might take your phone or something like that, restrict one of your hobby
Or she
classes
can't take
or
her
something.
phone because then she'll have to ghost.
You guys are all so much nicer than I am.
I think so. What mom might do is take away the phone and just give it back to her, just to text the boy and then take it back again. Maybe she could do something like that. But yeah,
something.
Yeah, something. But
just keep responding. I'm pretty sure what I had said under this, I'm pretty sure I answered this, and if I remember correctly, what I said, go online, get a bunch of pictures of dicks, start sending those in response.
Oh no! And I think so. That will, depending on the state distribution of porn and stuff, might come into play there.
As long as it's not. So what? If she goes online and finds adult penis and sends him adult penis, it's all
just
adult.
send him the link. Just send him the link.
I had another.
Oh my god!
I had another idea, and I was just like, just keep rejecting him harsher and harsher every time he sends a message. So at first be like, I don't want to talk to you. When he sends something again and he's like, why don't you want to talk to me? Because you make me uncomfortable, and the fact that you told on me makes me think you're a beta cuck. And then like if he says something again, just escalate. Just be more and more aggressive and abrasive with everything that you say. And then just, like, very, very explicitly and very, very clearly explain why you don't like him. Tell him he smells funny. Tell him his hair is ugly. Bully this boy! Bully him! Bully him until he leaves you alone!
I don't think so. That might work out in her favor, because, as she said, he's...
Why? She's gonna take the grounding anyway! Have some fun with it! Make him learn his fucking lesson!
It's after the fact. His friends might go after her. It's school, baby. Remember?
Fuck them!
Okay.
Get them!
They might
do it.
Yeah, the thing is, like,
okay.
I just like being 15 is so hard because you are so much more like scared shitless by everything that could possibly damage your social life. Like, there is so much stuff that I think back on, like, actions I did not take when I was 15, and I was like, man, I should have been a bitch.
Yeah. My mom told me to eat a bunch of garlic to get a guy to leave me alone. Garlic and onions.
Or onion. Yeah.
Both.
Why not both?
Okay, but hear me out. If she's gonna take the grounding anyway, and this friend group is not her school friend group by the looks of things. She only sees this person every couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
So you don't have to So you don't have to necessarily concern yourself with your day-to-day social life, and you can just shift your focus to, like, your school friends compared to, like, your whatever group of friends this is. Bully them. What are they gonna do? If it's at church, what are they gonna do? Bully you at church?
Yes.
No, they're gonna kick you. They're gonna kick them.
Not if you're better than they are. And the answer is be better at this than they are. Because if they try to bully you at church, all you have to do is turn on some fucking waterworks and expose it in front of the entire fucking church congregation, and everybody's got shit to talk about for weeks. And you're not even there.
They got shit to talk about, but you will end up getting kicked out of that church.
Good. You don't want to be there.
She doesn't, but her mom does, and her mom's gonna blame her for it, and then it's gonna be a bad home life. Like, it's a domino.
It's already a bad home life. She's making you fucking talk to this guy. Burn it to the ground.
Her best recourse, especially if she's not going to school with this guy, is to say that she has a boyfriend at school.
Burn it. Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. Say you've already got a boyfriend. But that could also fuck your social life at church too. Because then everybody starts calling you a whore. BM, why the fuck are you here? Go away.
I saw that.
I'm gonna give you the option to just leave on your own. You've already embarrassed yourself enough. Please leave. Yeah, no, I would escalate. I would just burn it all to the ground. Burn it the fuck to the ground. This person is going to go around your back, disrespect you, get your mom involved to force you to talk to him? No. Because that is not only manipulation, that is social pressure, that is bullying, and that is abuse and abusive. No, fucking fucking throw the book at him. Fuck this kid.
Yeah. And I think so. By 15, you should start learning the concept of boundaries. You should, because you're going now towards adulthood, like where you lawfully will become adult in a few years of your life. So yeah, it's about time you start learning about boundaries and respecting other people's boundaries, and not where to get parents involved and where not to get parents involved, you know, and not be salty if someone rejects you.
Yeah.
So yeah, 15. If someone told me, oh, he's just a kid, I'm like, good. Let's teach him
learning
a lesson.
opportunity.
Moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Opportunity for improvement. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No,
I think my attorney. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Last thing I'll say is, like, I definitely think, like, the mom needs to be given advice to throw the book at that kid. Like, she needs to basically be the mom that says, fuck no, your dusty ass son needs to leave my daughter alone.
Yeah. What was it?
There's
dusty men, and what was the other one? A low value.
Yeah, low value men. Your dusty low value son needs to leave my high value daughter alone. But as far as, like, the girl is concerned, I definitely would, like, either, you know, make up a completely fake boyfriend from school, or have a quasi real boyfriend from school that's like your buddy, and you're like, hey, here's what's up. Hear me out. Yep. And you're just like, hey, I've been talking to this guy at school, like, I really like him and I want it to go well, so I'm just not talking to other guys, you know, I'm being very good, I'm not talking to other boys, and just run with that.
Also,
that would be my advice to a 15-year-old, because
I would also like expose to all of your friends, like that entire friend group, that this motherfucker tattletaled on you, that you didn't talk to him enough after you said no to a date.
Yeah.
It's
ruin it. Burn it to the ground.
Burn it to the ground. Also, now Chesh, you made me forget my point.
Listen, we've got multiple advice in here, and as I regularly say, you should not listen to me.
Also, going behind your mom's back, or her mom's back, behind her back to talk to her mom, that's snitching. Mm-hmm. That's snitching. And do you know what we have? We have a saying:
bitches get stitches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, snitches get. Yeah. Also, there's another saying: your mama should have slapped you when you were a kid. I think so. This age is quite appropriate to start with the learning lessons. So yeah, because in the end, he will take these behaviors into his adulthood, and by the time he's an adult, the foundation is already laid down.
His mom probably doesn't teach him how to do dishes or laundry either.
Yeah. Oh my god, he doesn't even know. This is what I'm saying. He before also he did the same thing. Came in, didn't know anything about it, tried to throw around his weight and be condescending at the same time, and then expected us to respect his opinion or whatever he threw at us.
Ladies, a man is in the chat talking. We all have to stop what we're doing and we have to start the whole stream again. Hold on, sorry. We're sorry, God. Man. We'll go back. We're going back to the beginning. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome back to That Time of the Month. It's spooky month. Oh shit, we're here. Fucking hey Abby, hey Monty, how you doing? You want to introduce? We are live on both Twitch and YouTube this time, just so you guys know. YouTube chat is not going to be showing on the stream, but Twitch is. So if you want to join us over there, please feel free. The links are down below. Oh fucking shit, let's go. Alright, let's just dive right into this. I think the attorney accidentally represented my wife instead of me in our divorce.
I have read this one too. Oh my goodness.
Yo.
Yeah. Also, before we move
I don't think I read this one before, but that is a hell of an opener.
Somebody needs to learn the sayings. You know, there are metaphors and sayings, you know. You need to learn that. Maybe go back to school, buddy.
The word is check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I do now? Here's some info. We decided to do a dissolution. We have legal insurance through my benefits at work. My wife was the one who first contacted the attorney. I just found out that she was the one to sign the contract with the attorney, but it was my insurance money that was used to pay them. I was under the impression that they were working for me when drawing to the documents because it was my insurance paying for them. The attorney confirmed they were working for my wife instead of me. What do I do?
Nothing. Because you were married at the time, therefore it is your collective money. It is not just yours, first of all. And second of all,
the insurance.
If you did not know that whoever talks to the lawyer first gets the lawyer, I don't know how to help you.
She not even just talked
because,
to him, signed the paperwork.
Yeah. So like my dad got into some not really totally legal trouble, but he did have to have a lawyer at one point, close to the end of his life, and we went to a lawyer that we know personally, and she was like, listen, this is what she told my mom. I am happy to represent your husband. However, if in the future you do decide to get divorced, because that was on the table at the time, I cannot then represent you.
Right.
In that divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was very clear, like, I can represent one of you. But if I start representing one,
conflict
I cannot
of
go
interest.
represent the other unless it's a completely different,
for obvious
thing.
reasons. For completely obvious reasons.
So yeah, the person who signs the attorney first is the one who gets that attorney. And again, it's not just your money, it is your collective money because you were married.
I can't believe this person managed to land a woman being this goddamn stupid.
Yeah.
See, that we're back to, listen, it's not about height or money or how smart you are. Some women will go for whatever, man. I don't judge. Maybe you don't need to lobotomize women to get with one.
Also, if he has legal insurance, then it's not even really like his money anyway. So
it's
like it's insurance.
I think so, maybe because
that's
he
a
pays
lot of money you're not actually paying.
Maybe the premium like goes out of his salary, possible. But if it's a joint insurance, by the sounds of it, then she has every right to use that insurance. You being lazy and not thinking things through is not her fault.
Yeah, like if he's done the insurance where they both have it because they're married. Because like you can get on other people's health insurance, so you can. She probably got on his legal insurance, so it's hers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna give us a quick pause because we got something in the chat that I want to highlight real quick here because this is fucked up. This man comes in here halfway through our stream, demanding we answer things that we already talked about. Now demanding that we cater our language for his child on a stream that is not for children. You should be a better parent and not weaponize your child against people on the internet to try to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Control the narrative.
Manipulate their content? Are you high? So at that point, I just wanted to highlight how fucked up this was in the first place and how entitled this man must feel to not only our time but our content and our channel and our speech and how we conduct ourselves in the first place. So I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm gonna ask him to please stop and leave at that point because if he does not do it for himself, I will allow the mods to do their job.
Also, I just want to say, BM Furball, till what standard did you attend your school? There's something called idioms, you fucking idiot.
Alright, moving on.
Do you understand that?
Needed to get that out of the way. Sorry, go ahead.
And English is my second language.
I'll say one more thing to that. With the exception of how many times we've said the word fuck, this has been PG-13.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So we are saying, other than how much we've said the word fuck, we have stayed within the rating that your child is appropriate to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, shame on you for making your daughter go through this. Shame on you.
Yeah, how dare a 13-year-old be forced to watch our stream?
Yeah, like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to your own child? Wow.
Okay, so the person, in response to this person, what do I do? Get fucked, apparently. Although I do like the idea of hire a new lawyer, get another lawyer, but it might be too late for that, to be honest. They're signing dissolution paperwork at that point.
Yeah. Also, like, he can get, I think so, if the legal insurance is being shared, I think so he can get representation, but it won't be the same lawyer. I think for some reason, he was under the impression that one lawyer takes case of both the parties in the divorce proceedings. That's not the lawyer, buddy, that's the judge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
lawyers cannot do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he talk to his parents or any of his peers?
Would the dissolution paperwork be much different if they had been representing me? Yes. Potentially. Because it
also would have been different if he had read the paperwork and said no.
Right, exactly. If you had a lawyer, if you had two lawyers going back and forth about the paperwork, then yes, it likely would have looked different if you were disagreeing about something. If you're not disagreeing about something, none of this matters. If you're already in agreement, getting a lawyer now or having a lawyer previous wouldn't have mattered because you're agreeing to whatever the terms are initially anyway. So unless you're disagreeing, then it would change nothing across the board, although I do suspect that your paperwork would look different because you wouldn't be doing it pro bono, you wouldn't be doing it per se, like by yourself.
Yeah.
If it's just a matter of whose name goes first on the paperwork, etc., then I guess it's not really a concern. But if there's real issues that could be lurking, then should I do something?
So, as far as I'm not a lawyer, but this is my understanding of the law profession, is the plaintiff or the person who files for divorce is the name on top.
Yes.
That's my understanding.
And I do believe that can matter in some courts, somewhere, sometimes, depending. And if you have a prenuptial agreement, potentially. Yeah. That could matter.
Also, I love the redo the paperwork or sue the attorney. It's like, okay, yeah, redo the paperwork. If you're not happy with the paperwork, redo it.
Good luck.
You what are you going to sue the attorney for? Their job?
Right.
I can guarantee you I know exactly why this marriage is falling apart, which is he's lazy and doesn't pay attention to anything.
He just assumed she was going
to
do all the
insurance, whether it was because either it said you can only use it on one lawyer and he agreed to let his wife use it.
Right.
Or it's between the two of them anyway. So he didn't pay attention to that detail. He didn't pay attention to the fact that lawyers cannot represent two divorcing parties like that.
Yep.
He didn't pay attention to what dissolution paperwork even looks like. He's never looked at a court case ever to see that the plaintiff is usually on the top.
Yep.
He
literally assumed his wife wanted a divorce, went to a lawyer, got an attorney, started the paperwork, and he assumed she just did all of that for him.
Oh, wow. Also, talk about the attitude that most men have, which drags out divorces for years. Not getting shit done, not caring about getting shit done. And who pays the price? The woman who's trying to get out of that relationship. Why? Because she has to get her legal documentation done as a single or a divorced woman, because she can't get some privileges the society or the government has to offer if she doesn't update her paperwork. And what these guys do, they drag them through the mud through years with incompetence and laziness, because they are vindictive or whatever, or they don't care at all. So
there's also a whole other layer of how much money that's costing whom, right? He's not paying for anything. She is. It's his insurance is paying for, so any extra fees are going on to her, not him.
Yeah. Also, if
he does know about him, so
yeah, and I'm quite sure he cannot cancel the insurance now. He cannot do that because it's already set in motion. So whatever, if he stops paying the premium, the cover is still there. It will stay there till the end of the divorce. That's how it works legally and insurance-wise also.
It also
bless you.
may stay there until the end of that fiscal year or until the next open enrollment period.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
Like if it's like Tennessee, where it's like you don't change your insurance until open enrollment season, which for us is in October. Then it could be that she is on that insurance until he takes her off of it.
Right. Yeah. I was on a guy's, I was like the beneficiary for a dude and on all of his benefits for like years after we split up. One, because he was nice enough to leave me on long enough to go get fresh glasses, and two, because he was just too lazy and didn't have anybody else he wanted to bother putting on there until he did eventually after he met somebody he wanted to put on. So I was like, okay, perfect, whatever, because like, I'm like, I don't have to deal with any of this. This is not my problem.
Right.
So this says,
and like different
if
states
it's just...
will have different laws based on whether or not like you being married counts to take you off or not. So and I don't know what Ohio's law is on that.
Yeah, but if there's a real issues that could be lurking, then should I do something? There can always be issues in legal paperwork, and she could be taking you for a ride for all you know, because apparently you haven't read shit. Cancel/reschedule court, redo the paperwork, sue the attorney. Court is Monday morning. This is Ohio. Follow-up, I did not sign anything, nor did I know I was supposed to. I gave her the insurance...
lazy and oblivious.
Yeah. I gave her the insurance info so that she could deal with the attorney.
Stupid!
I hope this woman makes out like a
satisfactory, isn't it? It's very satisfactory when this level of like laziness and incompetence results in getting the other party rewarded.
He doesn't
in such a
even
fabulous,
realize.
fantastical way.
He doesn't even realize how incompetent and dumb he is, because he's asking this like it was to be expected. He legitimately was yeah, you want to get a divorce? Here's all the information. Go get us a divorce, dear.
No, and I love the next line. Like, I asked her to be the one in communication with the attorney, and I guarantee his wife said, bet.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
She was like, perfect.
She was like, oh, thank you.
Put this to my arm.
Oh my goodness. I hope this woman made out like a bandit. They must be missing something here. I don't know. I refuse to believe that someone can be this dumb. Come on.
I didn't expect them to just take her on as their client instead of me, though. Womp womp.
How did you have no clue how attorneys work?
This is the dad of that 15-year-old. The mom's late gone. Oh god. Oh, no, the mom was shitty in that story too.
All right, yeah. So this man needs an education. I would suggest starting with the movie Liar Liar.
I would also suggest just finding the nearest school bus and get on.
Yeah.
Well, it's after 5 on a Friday.
Any legal proceeding. My Cousin Vinny, Legally Blonde. Any movie that has a court scene.
My Cousin Vinny. I love that movie. I love it.
He posted this on Friday after 5, asking for advice, and court is first thing on Monday morning. So I don't know that I can get much advice between now and then. -601.
601! Oh my goodness! Oh!
He definitely cannot get any legal advice. Unless he just has a lawyer on retainer somewhere, he will not be able to get any legal advice.
He needed to ask
I have a feeling.
You thought your soon-to-be ex-wife would handle the logistics of your attorney and your divorce? What?
Which tells me that he absolutely thought that she would handle his doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
And, anything else that needed to get done. She probably went to the doctor's appointments for him.
Yep.
I'm so glad she's out of this marriage. This man sounds terrible.
Absolutely brilliant. I really hope she takes everything in the divorce.
Yeah, how did he make out like a bandit.
He can't do anything. I hope she gets the house. I hope she gets the cars. I hope she gets his job, because he's probably incompetent at that too.
And honestly, if he is this oblivious, he probably didn't think to do a prenup.
No.
Yeah. Also,
she asked him to write the prenup for them beforehand.
Oh god, no. My question is, how did he get How did he get legal insurance? How was he able to obtain legal? This is a very specific type of insurance. How was he able to obtain legal insurance? What?
Through his work. It's through his work. Yeah. It has to be. Yeah, ignore this guy.
He said it was through his work.
Pulling up. Yeah.
Is it working? Job. Work.
Oh, I don't know. I paused it.
All right, let's go.
That.
All right.
I was like, I went and found that video, and I have it up on my computer, and it seems to be running okay. Do you want me to, like, share my screen?
You can certainly try. We can try and do that.
Let's see if this works.
This has to be done. This has to be covered.
It's because they don't have a husband, they don't have children. So they're showing, oh, today I slept in, I went...
No? Is that... Wait, is that turning off my screen? Is that what that does?
That was me. That was my end.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll turn off your camera and start doing that.
Talking about how wonderful their life is.
Yeah, it will not work for me. For whatever reason.
Okay, so if I press that little green square in the bottom, it'll turn off my camera, but then I can, like, show my screen? Is that how that works?
It'll take the spot of your camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's funky like that.
So, can we see it now?
We cannot see it yet. We can still see you.
Lie to feminist women talking
we can hear
about
it.
How wonderful their life is.
Okay.
Hearing it might be good enough.
Yeah, I think that's just going to have to work. So if we can't see it, I'll just turn that back on and I'll just play it from the beginning.
Yeah. Do it up.
Lied to feminist women talking about how wonderful their life is because they don't have a husband, they don't have children. So they're showing, oh, today I slept in, I went to the spa, I went to Belize. They just talk about how nice their life is because they don't have the inconvenience of a husband and children. And these are young women who have been perpetually lied to. And I'm just telling you, if they do a follow-up at 50, they're not going to be happy. They're going to be working late, they're going to be lonely, they're going to have 7 cats and a couple of STDs, and then at Christmas, they're going to be all alone, very sad, and what they're not going to post is, I'm winning.
YST. Okay, first off.
Okay.
I'm calling out that nobody who's posting I'm winning on the internet is actually winning.
Yes.
First off. Second off, STDs?
Way to say that you don't like using condoms without saying you don't use condoms. Like, that's what he just said.
Yes, correct.
Because I am religious about their usage, so I will not be getting STDs. Thank you.
I also, why would they just not have fun anymore? Like, their responsibilities may go up or down or fluctuate, but if they didn't want kids, they're still going to be happy about not having to have kids.
This is what I'm really, really tired of, that these men are trying to tell us now, you know, oh, this is what should fulfill you, and if this doesn't fulfill you, something else fulfills you, there's something wrong with you. It's so tiring now.
Because women are only valuable for the babies they pop out.
Yeah, we are the baby
able-bodied workers, as per the new U.S. Speaker of the House.
I like this April out here being like, if I get an STD at 70, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah,
Honestly,
how are they lonely getting STDs and having a lot of sex and having 7 cats? None of these are all contradictory things.
Yeah. I also like they're bragging about their life, you know, oh, I slept in, I went to Belize. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that. It's just so funny, like, all the things that they're like, you know, it's like, this is gonna happen to you if you don't fit this mold, blah, 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 blah. You know, these are all the things you're bragging about. You know, shouldn't brag about those things. I'm like, it is very, like, don't threaten me with a good time, do you promise?
Right? And it's just like, who do you think people post on social media for? Do you think that women who decided not to have kids are posting on social media to purposefully target, like, religious purity culture women? No. They're posting because they're enjoying their lives and they're posting their good time the same way you do. The same way your wife would about how happy she is that her kids have graduated and now she's an empty nester and doesn't know what to do with her time. And she's happy about that. And it's like, good for you. That's a good thing to be. That's fine. Be happy about that.
It is so funny to me, and like in like a tragic way though, how so often people are like, the kids are gone, you know, oh my gosh, you know, and they'll talk about like how much their kids are stressing them out, whatever, but then in the same breath be like, but don't you just want kids? No, not by what you've just said. I don't. Like,
right.
Nah, no thank you. And why is it so, this is again some men not taking no for an answer.
Right.
Yeah.
And the only way a woman can be fulfilled is if a man gives her children. This is the same man who gets mad that they have a bunch of girls in the house, not realizing that semen decides the sex.
Yeah, and also, like, you know, the fact that, like, men have to give you the baby, so you have to go through pregnancy, and, like, people who adopt get this all the time, where it's like, but don't you want your own? And it's like, I have heard some fine pregnancy stories, and I have heard some pregnancy horror stories, and, like, am I probably going to be in the horror camp? Probably not. Just based on how the women in my family have given birth, it's probably going to be fine. But, like, also, what if I am that person? I don't want to fucking risk it. Right. That sounds terrible.
Right. Like, do we have trial children? Do we get a trial run? I don't know. I like the idea of being a parent is like being a job. And I like the idea of like there is like a community raising and like having like easy access to people who have a lot, who have early childhood education training, people who are psychologists for children, having a couple pediatricians on board and having people who are like, their job is being a parent. That is your job. You collectively raise kids in like pods of people that have agreed in society that this is what they want to do with their lives. That sounds like a great idea to me. And if you want to, and it's like a come and go thing. And then you have to go through like testing and education to become a parent, because like like any job, it takes training and practice, and you learn how to do it, and you become a better parent over time. It's like cheetahs are struggling right now because most cheetahs don't do a good job parenting, and so because the only cheetahs that survive and continue on are the ones that are good at parenting. That's the reason they're one of the most docile, large wild cats that exist. Is because the only ones that are able to survive are the ones that are capable of parenting like a litter of kittens. That's why they have golden retrievers and dog buddies in zoos.
That's my favorite thing about cheetahs.
They're so
and the fact that like
cute.
the keepers can be in the enclosure with the cheetah and not be scared. Like they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna clean up this poop. Don't mind me. Then cheetah's like,
yeah,
hey bud,
today is the day.
I love cheetahs.
But, like, they're so cute. And, like, the thing is like, none of the people that are like, hey, I wouldn't be a good parent, are saying you shouldn't be a good parent. That's not what those things say. That just means I don't think I would be a good parent, therefore I'm not going to have kids, and I'm going to enjoy my life. Look, here's me enjoying my life. And then other people, but one of the reasons they're saying that is because a lot of society is telling them that you're miserable if you don't have kids. And they're like, no, I'm not. I'm having a good time. Having a good time. So I sent you the other one. I don't know if you can play that one's audio too. This is a lady working behind a register. Go. So I don't know if we're going to be able to hear it very well. We'll give it a shot.
Oh, I remember this one.
Just a second.
Yeah, take your time. We're in no rush.
What? No. Yeah.
Have you graduated?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I might see if...
That's about 40 minutes. 19.
So, like, just 2 minutes in so far. No, hang on, I take that back. 25 seconds out of 2 minutes in. And he's pestering her, being like, oh, are you in high school? How old are you? Do you go to college?
Have you graduated?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and play it on mine just because it's impossible to hear the dude on yours.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. We might have to give up on this one for
If it doesn't work, I can do a dramatic reading for the guy.
What if I... Nope. Can't do it that way. Can I... Nope. Can't do it that way. Fuck! This is so sad.
Yeah.
Man! I wish there was another place for it.
What?
Are you in high school? Yeah, it's impossible to hear this one. I'm sorry, guys. That sucks.
Well,
I'll try to do it again another
try
time.
the
Maybe I'll
dramatic
try
reading direction.
You want to try the? Do you want to try it? Go for it.
Let's try
Why
it.
not? Let's try it.
What?
She's gonna dramatically read it for us.
Are you in high school? You graduated?
Yes.
So you're in college. Where at?
She lied.
Is that around here?
Yeah, it's about 40 minutes.
How old are you?
19.
19.
Hey, Nikki. Hang on. No. Caption went way too fast. Go back. Hey, Nikki, can you help me pick out a sticker?
I think you got it.
You think I got it?
At the Riz.
What city is Kent in? There's a city called Kent and a college called Kent. Hey, bud, I don't know if you know about how people name colleges, but,
Yes.
what is that, East Cleveland? So it's not even part of Cleveland.
No.
Is it part of Northeast Ohio?
I guess.
I'll take this takes money jar? Is that what that said? Go back. Takes money out of our coin jar. That's what he's.
Oh, wow.
Ew.
Can I pay with this? Points to coins he took. Oh shit, it's already in there. His card is already in the reader.
Yeah.
Me being uncomfy. Both of these mine? Oh yeah, forgot he got 2 stickers.
Oh.
You want to know my pin? LOL.
Ew.
Yeah, gross.
Ew.
He wouldn't take his card out of the machine.
Do you want your receipt? Alright, you're okay.
Am I, though? Are you sure about that? Do you have Instagram? You too cool for Instagram?
Oh my god, no.
And I think I spoke over her. She doesn't like social media. He says, why not?
Bad vibes.
Nani? Wow, the
You're
audacity
cute.
of this guy. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Slowly going down the
Picks up a
drain.
hacky sack.
Mhm.
Do you hacky sack? Do you ever go to the beach?
What the fuck?
What's hacky
Is
sack?
that even like Erie on a boat?
This is so awkward.
Yeah, it's very
Wow.
cringe.
Oh my god.
Why? God. Yeah,
Alright,
it's
let's
like-
pause it there. Let's pause it there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that was the
it's-
whole video. That's all of it.
Oh, well, we're done. Oh, okay.
okay.
So if you're a dude and a woman is working or a girl is working, leave them alone?
Yeah.
Like, I understand that people are very confused about, like, how to meet people, right? They're like, well, if I don't talk to them as strangers, how do I ever get to know somebody? There are times and places you could frequent a shop and then strike up conversation, and if you have a good rapport with somebody, maybe you could move that along. But be careful, because like it's their job to be nice to you. So if you're gonna do that, you need to be able to read people, and you need to be good at reading
For
people and
example,
communicating.
see Ted Lasso.
Right. So there are ways to do it, and if you're not good at that, that sucks. That's just not an avenue that's going to be good for you to take, because you have to acknowledge your strengths and your weaknesses as an individual, and in which case go to the bar and hit on anybody except the waitresses.
Yeah. do not hit on people
and take no
in
for an
their
answer.
place of work. Yeah, I don't get it. Why is it like some people they cannot take no for an answer? It's like it's not it. I don't know.
We saw that with the guy that came in. We saw that in chat today. There was a dude that came in. He did not take no for an answer.
Exactly.
And then he just decided to publicly fucking embarrass himself because what did he say? What did he expect us to do? Just be like, ha ha ha, you're funny. No. Fuck off. Like, what are you doing?
Entitlement and audacity. My goodness.
Right? Like, I don't understand. Like, if I've seen this video, this exact same video with this same scenario where some dude, like, well into his 50s and 60s, is hitting on some, like, 19, 20-year-old woman who is in a gym at a shop, like at a thrift store.
Yeah.
Like,
that too.
This happens all the fucking time, and people are like, oh no, this doesn't happen all the fucking time. And they just will not take no for an answer. And then when these younger women or girls, depending on their age, because some of them are like 16, 17, 18, 19, they're in that range, they say their age as a get-out-of-jail-free card, and these men don't fucking care. They're, in fact, looking for that. And the thing is that the younger girls and women don't understand is that they're already approaching you because they know you're that age. It doesn't work as a get-out-of-jail-free card for guys like this.
It makes you jailbait.
And also,
right.
Having been jailbait.
That's a good. Yeah. And also, it's also they are looking for younger people because they think they are easier to manipulate. That's why. So if you even tell them the age, it won't matter.
Yeah,
but it might give some you know, what do you
perspective.
say? Perspective. Wow, thank you. Yes, it might give some perspective to people around that guy. Like
the thing is like,
you know, like he's a creepo who's like hitting on like such a young person. You know, can you leave the person alone? They have said no. Can you leave them alone now? No. Okay, what the fuck is your problem, dude?
Yeah.
And I think so in that video, no one spoke out. I think so in that video,
she's
no
the
one spoke
cashier,
out
so she might have been by herself.
No, in the gym video.
Oh, the gym video, yeah, that's
Yeah, no one spoke out for her.
April out here, I've literally been quoted Wayne Gretzky about hitting on girls. You don't score on 100% of the shots you don't take. Bro, stop. I mean, you want to take a shot?
We are not a game.
But you need to take no for an answer.
Yeah.
You need to take no for an answer. And if her saying her age as being... When you say, hey, well, are you graduated? No, I'm 19. That's her saying she's not interested in the safest fucking way she possibly knows how to do so. But I know for a fact that if you're approaching a girl like this, you're not interested. You want them to be that age. You
want to be that age? You don't care what they think? You don't care.
What, do we think older men are just
or how
stupid?
They feel?
Do we just assume that they're dumb? Well, they didn't know how old she was.
Oh, they claim that a lot.
Right?
You know, girls just look so much older these days.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Right.
No, they don't.
They mature so young now. Yeah, fuck. Ugh. Yeah.
I feel like this is why like women have like nods to each other with bartenders, and a lot of bars will have specific types of drinks you can order, and there's like full-on safety lists, and those have to change. Honestly, if you're like unsure in a situation, just go to the bar and say, hey, what's your code red? You got code red Mountain Dew, bro? Like, what do I get?
Yeah.
Angel shots are the classic.
My general philosophy is like, if there's any doubt in your mind that person is your age, back up.
Oh, they know that they're not their age for sure. They're just wanting to know how young they are and what they can get away with and what you're willing to do. So they're push because they're fucking toddlers and they don't know how to understand a fucking boundary line.
Like,
Yeah, apparently
they're.
they're.
If you have even an inkling that this person is not your age, back up.
Yeah.
Whether you know that they're for a fact that they are not, or otherwise, back up.
Mm-hmm. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Fucking ew. Fucking ew. Don't do that shit. Don't be pushy. Take no for an answer. It's okay to take no for an answer. But the thing is when it comes to guys like this isn't about whether or not they understand. They already understand and they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The weird
they don't
silences in that video, just watching her be like, cool.
Bye.
Like,
go away.
Oh,
and you know that she's had to deal with this enough, or women overall have had to deal with this enough that they, like, the younger women know. Girls have to know this stuff. Gross.
Yeah,
Stop
again,
it. You nasty.
The fact that it is pretty much a universal, like... Cool.
No. What that guy before wanted was to remove all women's desires or intuitions or preferences, meaning that 19-year-old would have been 100% susceptible to that guy. Mm-hmm. Yay! Yikes! Great!
Yep.
Fantastic! Mm-hmm. That's what we want. That's what we'd love to see, right? Great. Gross. So... that was your spooky
It's so gross,
month.
I'm checking
I'm glad
out
you
now.
all know that this is a thing that exists, and I hope you all sleep terribly because of it. This is me bullying you. I'm just to piss off that one guy, I'm advocating for bullying. Fuck it.
Yes.
Burn it to the ground. If you see an older gentleman
who don't take no for an answer.
If you see an older gentleman creeping on some young thing, bully him.
Yeah.
Bully him into no longer behaving that way.
Yep. Shame the fuck out of that person in front of everyone.
Bulbasaur's gonna give us a berry. Oh. Alright, that's the pleasant thing we're gonna end on. Thanks everybody for coming. This has been Abby, and this has been Manya, and I have been Chesh. Links are down below. Manya's got a link down there. Abby's got a whole link tree. So go and find Abby at all those things, all down below. We'll be back soon. I'll probably see you guys on Saturday, where we're probably gonna have like a grand old time having a good old yak at some good old nonsense. And that's it. Say goodbye, everybody.
Alrighty.
Goodbye,
Bye, everyone.
everybody.
Thanks for coming.
Bye, Bubba.